this is incredible. Welcome to the Grand Canyon. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've been waiting for. Today, I'm going to see the Grand Canyon. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Dave K here today. So excited to share the Grand Canyon with you. Absolutely amazing, mind-blowing national monument here. I'm so excited to make the drive and share it with you. It's supposed to be an amazing, mind-blowing national monument here in the northern Arizona area. I'm excited to share it with you. It's about 1.5 hours northwest, I guess, of us. Yes, west and the north. So it's going to be quite a drive here. It's still pretty early in the morning. You know, sun is just starting to come up. So this will give the sun time to heat up the world, heat up the land, so I can fully enjoy it and stay warm out there. I think I'm going to drive to a place where I can grab some breakfast, eat the breakfast on the road as we drive, because I don't want to miss any more than I need to of that daytime. We'll eat in the car and drive all the way up to the Grand Canyon. Let's get to it. Do the breakfast burrito. I'm tempted because these look really good too.
They're so good.
Sure. Let's do the cruller. So I just dropped in the Tourist Home Cafe here. Wow, really, really cool establishment. Definitely nice kind of home type vibe in there. You know, very combination of local and welcoming kind of feel to it. I absolutely love the layout, the orange chairs and delicious looking pastries. I was tempted, so I found myself getting not only my egg burrito, which I'm excited to try, but a French cruller. Oh my gosh, that French cruller was absolutely delicious. Amazing flavor there. I was tempted by looking at them. I was tempted even more talking to the register there. Absolutely fantastic flavors on that one. Very sugary. I try not to do it a lot, but I feel like I need it out here. You know, I don't have all the energy and the altitudes and all that when it's cold, so oh my gosh, delicious. Absolutely loved it. Excited to try the burrito while we're rolling, and I'm gonna go get some gas and then we'll be on our way. Take a look how snowy it is out there. I'm merging onto 40 West here, it seems like, so I'm gonna do a little bit of the west driving and then do the north driving. This burrito's pretty good, I gotta say. You know, not too bad. It's a reddish burrito, I think, pretty unique with the salsa and such. A lot of rice going on in there. Some sort of maybe not quite meat thing, I don't know. I didn't fully look through what was in it, but not bad. But the cruller is probably the main event, I must say. They did that quite well. Enjoy the sights, and let me see if I can catch up to speed here. 75 miles per hour. It revs up so quickly on these streets. So here we go. 487 miles to Los Angeles from here. Do we make the drive? Not this time around. But maybe another time, you know? I got a few ideas. As I'm driving here, I'm just thinking to myself, I feel so fortunate, again, to have these experiences. To be able to come out and see a new part of the country, experience a whole different climate, see some amazing sights. I'm so excited to get up to the Grand Canyon. Not a whole lot of cars on the road, again, generally, which is kind of nice, but the speeds are quite fast. It's like 80, it's like 75, I think, is the speed limit out here, so really rolling. And I think I saw even faster on the way up here. So, I guess welcome to the town of Grand Canyon. Who knew? There was a whole little village in this area. You got hotels, it looks like. You got a lot of stuff going on. And I feel like it would make a lot of sense to stay out here if you were considering multiple days of the Grand Canyon. This was quite a drive. Probably a lot more of a drive than I would want to take too many days. And here it is, the Grand Canyon National Park. So glad we made it. This was it was a drive for sure. You can see the different types of passes they have here. So we'll have to see what our options are when we get up to the front. Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Oh, good, thanks for asking.
Can't buy a America the Beautiful pass here, can I?
You can, yeah.
Oh, I can. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the options are, I guess, a day pass would be 35 or America the Beautiful pass would be 80.
Yeah, you got it.
I feel like I should do it if you sell it to me here. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Let's do that.
I'm not gonna say no.
So I made it after a long, treacherous drive, in my opinion. I had no internet service the entire time, so you got no music. You know, it's a tight road. You got one lane really, so you got to really regulate the temperatures, and the high altitudes just makes it really tricky. But I'm now officially in the Grand Canyon. So I got to that front gate. We got pros and cons here, by the way. First of all, I should let you know that I did actually lose my Flagstaff Area National Monuments Annual Pass. That was very sad. The other day, I was just leaving Upaki, and I couldn't seem to find it in my pocket where I had been keeping it. I called them. It doesn't seem like they keep any record, so unless it turns up I was just out that pass, which was unfortunate. Now I'm here in the Grand Canyon, and it was $35 for admission, and I also knew about an America the Beautiful pass. And I figured, you know what, if it's $35 just to get in, let me ask. So I asked her, do you sell the America the Beautiful pass, which is admission to all national parks that charge an admission fee? And she said yes. And so it's $80 for that pass. Instead of $35 for admission, I have an $80 pass that'll get me into any of the national parks, all the Flagstaff ones, so many other national parks throughout the country, including Grand Canyon here today, of course. It's good for the next year. You can bring a full car full of passengers with you, and they're all admitted as long as you have your annual pass. Really, really cool that you have that option here. So I figured, you know what? Why not? We'll see what kind of travel we can get up to in the coming year. And so we got the annual pass, 80 bucks. It's expensive, but again, for 35 bucks for admission today, you know, there's only another 45 bucks worth to earn, if you will, or to save by going to other parks. So time to get our traveling in. I'm excited to share it all with you. Now heading to the visitor center area, fill up my water bottles. There should be a restroom around there. And I got all this information regarding the maps, Grand Canyon. She handed that all to me. So we'll take a look and see how it goes. Let's do it. Yay, Grand Canyon. And here it is, the first look at the Grand Canyon. Making our way now towards the visitor center. This way, you'll see ahead of us, this direction. And the other direction sounded like Canyon Rim. So you know we got to check out Canyon Rim. I think we're on the south side, like South Canyon. It's a massive area. So I'm parked. I'm heading over this way to hopefully find some restrooms. I'm gonna walk the whole area. Also worth noting, I've got like no cell service out here. It's completely silent. So pros and cons, but definitely a way to be away if that's what you're looking to do. Let's check it out. Looks like we're around the Bighorn parking area. And take a look at the map here. You can see all these walkways here. I feel like maybe I should take a picture of this to keep track, or just pull the map out of my bag here. But really interesting to see. It's massive. You're here, a couple parking areas, visitor center area. You're just over there. There's shuttles. I'm not quite sure where the shuttles take you. That's not a shuttle, but it's over that way. And then Mather Point shuttle stop. So maybe we take some of the shuttles over to like Mather Point. I'm very confused. So to start us off here, it seems like the place is expansive. We've got to see it, and we're gonna have to figure it all out. But rim trails that way, Mather Point overlook that way. I'm gonna do this rim trail. I was gonna do the Mather Point overlook, but I can see some of the amazing views from the rim trail from right here. So I'm gonna drop in the rim trail real quick, see what this looks like, and we'll make our way, I'm sure, over to the Mather Point overlook. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is unreal. Wow, take a look out there at the Grand Canyon. Just massive, vast mountain landforms there. See the canyon all the way around us. Trying to get you a good shot here, but it's definitely busier here than some of the other places, which makes sense because, you know, it's the Grand Canyon. But wow, look at that. Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. It's hard to really take it all in, right? You've got this kind of optical illusion going on that it's like, I don't know, a movie screen or something. Definitely feels like it could be. That is something else right there. Wow. And this is just the beginning. Oh my gosh. Again, just the beginning here of this rim trail, and it's unbelievable. It seems like it's a screen, that those mountains aren't actually that much further back behind these mountains right here. You know, it looks like it's all just like a painting or something. But wow, that's beautiful. This is unreal here, the Grand Canyon. Absolutely unbelievable view. Just walk all along the rim trail. I wanted to see that Mather Point overlook, and we're gonna head that way now. But wow, this is absolutely incredible from all perspectives, all angles. And again, it looks like, you know, an optical illusion. When you look at it head on, those mountains don't seem that far back, but you know, it seems like it's just like a painting where everything's flat. But wow, so nice to see. And the trail just continues onward. Wow, look at that. People standing down there on a few of those mountains, on some of the canyons. Wow, would you look at this? Again, got to take my sunglasses off just to fully soak it all in. Oh my gosh. Incredible. And it goes on just forever, it seems like. Massive, massive area of canyon all around us. It's grand. Some might even call it grand. A grand canyon, if you will. I'm wondering if that spot ahead there is the Mather Point overlook. Wow. Let's head down there and find out. Whew. It's definitely chilly up here, but totally worth making the trek. Even this time of year, I feel like it's just unbelievably beautiful. You know, I make do with the cold. I might end up putting the mask on again because I feel it in my nose. I'm actually wearing double layers of socks here. So doing all the tricks to stay warm, but yeah, let's go check that out. Beautiful. Now making our way down towards that point ahead. Again, a lot busier than some of the other parks we've been to in the local area, but again, it makes sense. It's the big one. It's the one to see. And chilly. I'm wearing the mask and all that. Gonna be on and off with the mask, I think. Same approach to try to stay warm out here. But it's beautiful. It's unbelievable for sure. Really interesting to see here. The mask is required in this specific area here, this lookout area. So good to know that it's specific areas. Maybe it's because it's more densely populated in this specific part of the Grand Canyon. And it's easy to see why. You can see this beautiful view just all around us. Almost 360 degrees. What is that, 270 maybe? Wow, you can see a bunch of walkways here too. People to get a good look around. Just soak it in. Wow, take a look out there. And more lookout points looks like as we go too. There's another group of people standing on that canyon ahead, just looking out at all the cliffs and valleys down this direction. Wow. And a whole different viewpoint on this side. Would you look at that? You can see the details, finer details of this canyon wall. Looking out this way, wow, look at that, some ice down on some of those trees within this valley right here. Again, finer details of this cliff right here. Wow, it's really unbelievable to take a good look at and really soak it in. Just you can't really fully appreciate what you're looking at while you're looking at it. It just seems to go on forever, and at the same time it all seems flat and level. It looks like back this way we've got a walking trail. Would you look at that? Walking down to the next section, the next viewpoint over here. I'm not sure if this is all part of that rim trail again still, or if this is that point, like the Matter Point or whatever it was, lookout area. But wow, I mean, unbelievable. If you just look down behind me at the Grand Canyon and just soak it all in, just all the massive rock formations down that way. It's just hard to believe, hard to comprehend kind of everything going on down there. So the signage all over the place does help, and so does the paved roads here. But Rim Trail continues up ahead, and the Mather Point shuttle stop at least is down that way. So I don't know if we saw the point itself. Maybe we'll have to go back, see if we can make that happen. Man, another beautiful viewpoint right here. Some photo taking on the rocks over here. Wow, it's a smaller area, but again, nice to be able to look out and soak it all in. Another beautiful viewpoint right here, looking down at that overlook. Right there, people taking pictures in the middle. You've got the beautiful view of the Grand Canyon with these trees on either side. Wow, it's just an infinite number of views out here. This spot a little bit quieter. Look at that out there. Wow, you've got the red rocks and stones in the distance this way, those caverns and canyons, and then this side, that whiter rock much closer to us. Even people out there, it seems like, climbing down the rocks a little bit, looking at some of the views. I'm not sure if that's a trail. Might not be heading that direction. We'll see. You know, gotta stay safe as well as warm out here. But wow, it's just unbelievable. Just walking forever. You can see a beautiful view behind you, and I'm sure I'm just at the beginning here. I'm just beginning to see all the beauty of the Grand Canyon. Just goes on for eternity. I think I touched on that other overlook. I'm not sure if that was the one I saw, but I think it was. Keep going and see what else we find. Now the Rim Trail continues this way, as well as what looks like Yavapai Point up this way, 0.7 miles. Seems like there's a bus stop there. There's a stop sign here. That's something you might not expect to see. Maybe I take the buses around and figure out what all the viewpoints are, plus be a nice way to warm up, right? So, be an interesting way to get around. I'm not sure, from a driving lens, I have no service out here, nothing whatsoever. So, I'm gonna even have a hard time getting home, but I can't see myself driving around this area because I'll have no idea where I'm going, but now you know. And take a look out here. This seems to be that area that people are sitting out and enjoying that beautiful view further ahead, maybe even sitting on the rocks, or I'm not sure if they're climbing further past the rocks. But what a viewpoint up here too. I'd love to find like a chair or booth, something, maybe to eat some leftover lunch. I feel like that would be, or leftover breakfast, be a really nice place to do it for sure. And it's a beautiful spot out here. You can see why people are sitting this way. Nice place to be able to kick back and enjoy that unbelievable view of the Grand Canyon. And they just keep going as we walk. You just get this beautiful view all the way along. I'm thinking to myself, do I sit here and eat some leftover food on this little log? I feel like that might be nice, you know, just be able to look out at it while I'm eating. You know, looking back at the red burrito now, it kind of looks like the red cliffs in front of us. You know, the color scheme goes well together. Look at this view here as we're making our way to that next trail. I feel like you see these structures, these canyons like this one ahead, and it gives you a clearer view of the reality. You know, gives you a better idea of what it's really like out here and down there. Look at this formation right here. You can tell that there is a good bit of distance, if you look closely, between these rocks the people are out there on. Wow, that's scary. And then the next set, way off in the distance, look at that canyon going all the way down into that valley over there. And then you can tell that that valley, of course, is leading into it or going past it, and so much more. Wow, it's really expansive and beautiful to look out at, and I feel like you've really got to see it to fully believe it and appreciate it. But at the same time, I would probably do it when it's a little bit warmer. Just me letting you know. Wow, the views just go on forever. I'm continuing the rim trail here, really soaking it all in, and I feel like, again, it's so much different details that you can see at a granular level. If you really look closely, you can see the different shapes of the different valleys and caverns and cliffs. Plenty of beautiful photo spots out here to enjoy, and so much more. But just, wow, being able to take the time to soak it all in and appreciate the experience is beautiful. It's an unbelievable place, unbelievable sight to see here. Wow, this viewpoint might be one of the most incredible views yet, making our way all the way down to ground level here. It has gotten a lot quieter, I feel like, the further we've gotten into the place. A lot less people hanging around, but take a look around here. Wow, oh my gosh. See trees growing way down there in those valleys. Canyons just all the way around us here in different styles. Again, of rock on different perimeters. Oh my gosh. It's a beautiful place. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, take a look here at Yaqui Point. We took that bus up the eastbound route. We got off at the second stop. I'm actually wondering if I should have gotten off at the first one, because it seems like only one bus goes this way. So if I want to go back to that first stop, I got to go all the way back to the visitor center just to go back out, but live and learn. Regardless, take a look at this beautiful view here from Yaqui Point. Unbelievable. Absolutely love to see it. A whole new perspective on the canyon, which goes on for all eternity as far as it seems. Beautiful, beautiful view. Look at those ice chunks in the rocks around us, that massive valley down there. I like how they have these bars. We can lean up against them and get a nice good look and view. I'm wondering how far this viewpoint goes. You know, is it just this little stop out here for us to sit out and look out, or are there multiple viewpoints as we make our way around? But man, this is so nice, and this is a great spot right now. Sun is coming down pretty good. It was nice to be on the bus for a while, stay nice and warm. That's why I didn't get off at stop number 1. I'm like, let me stay on a little bit longer. Trailhead sounds a little bit too cold. Let me just get to viewpoint and stay on a little bit longer. That's where we're at. I like it. And the view continues on forever. Feels like you can just keep walking this way for so many yards or feet. Who knows how far it goes. But you have these beautiful different perspectives and views all the way around. Absolutely love it. As we get further out here, I feel like it's getting chillier and chillier as we progress through the back dunes of Yaqui Point. But wow, look at this incredible view. Again, as we continue onward, you've got this ledge viewpoint right here in front of us. I don't know about the stability of that, so how about we just look from right here? But wow, absolutely beautiful view all around us, and it seems like you can just keep going around. Like, maybe we'll head to that point over there where that gentleman is standing. Oh my gosh, look at this, soaking it all in from Yaqui Point. I feel like these are the sights to see here. Absolutely incredible. Take a look at this view as we continue our way around. Unbelievable. I'm not going to stay out here too much longer. You know, I'm not going to go too far out with all the chills that I'm feeling. I want to do a driving tour next. I know where I'm going, out the red bus direction. Since it's not summertime, the red buses aren't running, but it's open to the public. But I really wanted to come see this one viewpoint right out here. And it's that peak I'd observed a moment ago, going out onto this little peninsula here. Take a look at this unbelievable view all the way around us. Wow, this is incredible. This is an incredible spot right here. Wow. And again, don't want to necessarily go too far out. You got a crack in the rock there. It's right. It's like, oh, I don't know. But right here's good. And wow, look at that view. I love it. This might be one of the greatest viewpoints I've had out here at the Grand Canyon, looking out from Yaqui Point. Further back, you know, no one's making their way back here. A few people, I saw a few groups, but the majority of people staying right up front where it's clearly, you know, the first viewing area with the handrails and all that. But wow, absolutely loved that view. I feel like one of the most amazing ones thus far today. It's really a different experience if you think about the Grand Canyon and you compare it to some of the other parks that I visited. The Walnut Canyon and the other ones, I've got to say, those are beautiful parks as well. And I love that I feel like they're comprehensible. You know, you can fully understand and appreciate everything around you. You can see everything going on and take in all the beauty. This is just a massive, vast, unbelievable national monument where I feel like you can't even comprehend and fully appreciate everything in front of you, because I mean, it's so many miles out, it's so many miles long, different levels of mountains, and it just looks like it's so picturesque. It just looks like one picture. So I absolutely love them both in their own way. A beautiful place to be, and I'm so glad we're taking the time to check it out. Again, a little chilly. I'm not sure if we'll do, I was thinking about some other parks, and I'm not sure if we'll do like some of the other places I was thinking in the next few days. We'll figure out what that looks like, but I had to do this one, and I'm so glad I did. Heading around this other direction at Yaqui Point, the beautiful sights continue. Again, I feel like at certain points, it's hard to differentiate different viewpoints in the Grand Canyon. This is just a continuous mass of red stone structures out there, and I feel like you do see a good bit of that out here at the Grand Canyon, but it is a beautiful sight to see from any perspective. And I feel like the more spots you see it from, the more you just start to think about and appreciate, man, this is miles of this, isn't it? I mean, how many miles could this possibly be that it stretches on? But I'm sure it's something you could look up. I don't have the data on me, and I have no internet whatsoever. But I want to walk this little trail here before I catch the bus to our next destination. And I'm not 100% sure if we're going to catch that third stop on the bus, or if we're just going to go straight to the car to do the driving tour on the red bus route. I also worry about doing the driving tour of the red bus route. I have no internet. I don't know with the signage if I'll know clearly where I'm going, so we'll see how that shakes out. But here's another viewpoint, and I think this is Yaqui Point. I think the others were just for fun. Take a look here at forming temples. We've got some information on what's going on in front of us, and another beautiful view, another perspective up here. I'm not sure if this is like the point, the festivity, the highlight at Yaqui Point, if you will, but it is a very clearly defined paved road here, and a beautiful perspective all around as well. Again, can never take in enough of the Grand Canyon here. Just loops all the way around us. You've got the walkway taking us in a little loop back to that bus route if you'd like. And in the meantime, a beautiful perspective looking down at all of the different colored rocks, all the different levels of canyons, and sedimentation, I believe, is a term one might use that is applicable to rock formation. But I'm no expert. I'm just soaking in the beauty and experiencing it here with you. Take a look out there as soon as we arrive at Pipe Creek Vista. It's just such a beautiful view, I couldn't help but get off the bus on this one. Some information here regarding Pipe Creek Vista. You've got the rim trail and kind of all the information regarding that. But you can see Pipe Creek Vista. We are here. We did Mather Point. We walked all the way down to the Yavapai observation station. It's only 0.7 miles, it looks like. And we'll wait for another bus to come pick us up here in a minute, but first we're going to enjoy these views. Now, I was thinking about not catching the bus on this one because it looks like you can drive here. There's a lot of cars just parked on the road. But, you know, I'm like, I might get confused on the driving and all that. Let me just catch the bus while we're here. And there is the epic view of Pipe Creek Vista on our left. Wow, another unbelievable one. I'm telling you, I mean, you could probably continue to like walk this trail back to the visitor center. I'm sure it's feasible, and I see people walking all over the place. But wow, I mean, incredible viewpoint this may be the highlight of this particular spot right here, just straight in the middle, looking out at this massive cavern perspective. I'm going to get some beautiful photos from this angle. You can see, again, the differences in the canyons here and the structures. I guess it's all one canyon, right? And the difference of the cliffs, I don't know what I'm saying here. The trees growing over there, it gets darker red, and that looks darkest red off in the distance. But you know, they say it's always darkest in the distance. I'm just kidding, I'm making up my own phrases here. It's beautiful, I like it. And it seems like there's a little narrow walkway here at Pipe Creek Vista. You've got this railing that you can walk along to soak in the view from all the perspectives. And I do feel like catching a moving view is a nice way to just get a better idea, to break that optical illusion of it just being one picture, one flat landscape. You can see that some aspects of the environment move while others don't. Those cliffs moving more than the background, making you realize possibly, maybe, that these are a lot closer than those cliffs in the distance. Beautiful spot all around. It looks like there's places to go see it closer up here too. You got a trail on your right, and you've got these open rocks on your left. Wow, look at this view, to be able to stand out here and get these photos. I love it. There's so many different perspectives to see it from. There's a few people sitting out further this way. A beautiful landscape to appreciate here from any angle. And it looks like this trail continues for a while as well. I saw a couple people pointing, saying the trail was down in the valley there. I don't think that I see it, but if that's the trail, that would be amazing. That would be absolutely incredible. But you definitely want to be prepared for that. You know, I'm not wearing hiking boots. I'm gonna do better hiking when it's warmer out. I'm not a cold blood person, especially with the air being thin for me. I'm not used to this, so I'd have to come back and do the trail in a warmer season. But beautiful spot all around. I want to catch that bus and see if we can do the driving part now. I'm not sure a lot of people know about it too, but the bus driver just mentioned it while I was on the bus. She's like, oh yeah, you know, since the red trail is closed for the buses, it's drivable, open to the public until it opens up for the buses. So that'd be really cool if we can make that happen. So take a look here, you can see all these different destinations. So Hermit's Rest is where we're about to drive to. 70 minutes by shuttle from here. Wow, that's a hike. But the drive should only be about 8 miles. We did the Yavapai, that was really cool. Mather Point, okay, that must have been the one we saw as well. We didn't do that trailhead, the South Kaibab, but again, I think it's a bit of a hike as well. So, you know, maybe next time we'll make that one happen. Really, really cool to see. And then those two in the middle, didn't do those either. I think that'd be down in the opposite direction, Desert View Drive direction. So who knows, maybe we'll make that happen, but nice to see everything they've got available. And I talked to the team here as well, service team, regarding a couple of different things. One big one for me was the connectivity, Wi-Fi. I don't have Wi-Fi or any sort of network out here at all. And I'm trying to figure out how I can get directions back home for when I do leave. You've got a few more destinations to look at here too. And so they told me I can go down to the, where was it? The little village. It was the market area. And apparently I can connect. They have a lounge there apparently, and I can connect to their network and stuff there too. So that'll be good. We have a way to get internet so we can get directions back home, because I'm really bad with directions. So we're gonna need that map to get there. Before you say anything, I know you're loving my current hairdo. Yes, that's the beautiful coveted hat hair, if you will. So much warmer in the car. Oh my gosh, my fingers here need to defrost quite a bit. Fortunately, I'm wearing the double layer socks, so feet are pretty good. Fingers definitely need a warm up though. And I'm gonna drive the trail to the right, whichever one that was, the red trail. Drive that route, should be about 8 miles, nice and toasty in the car, and that'll be a nice one to experience here at the Grand Canyon. Well, I'm already at a point of confusion. I hope I'm still going the right way. I saw Market Village, or maybe I saw Yamapai Lodge and something else to the left. But here's Market Plaza / Village ahead, so we're going the right way. Welcome to our first beautiful stop on the Red Trail. Is it Maricopa Point? I mean, it's tough to tell from the map, but I feel like it is. You know, again, it's tricky to tell. I have no Wi-Fi. Nice to see here. They do have places that have Wi-Fi, so I'm gonna try to stop by the village later to get that Wi-Fi. But for now, we're looking at maybe Trailhead Overview, actually, or maybe Maricopa Point. I don't know. Let's step out there and enjoy this amazing view. Right out the dash, you can see it is an incredible view, so we gotta check it out. Take a look at this beautiful viewpoint here from this Red Trail. Again, still not 100% sure, but it seems like there's a walking path down there, so we can walk down there and take a closer look. And then there's a little path this way too, so we can get a better look. Let's walk around, see how things look. Take a look at that walking trail from here. You can see people down on that ledge. I gotta take that walk just to see how it looks, but really, really cool to be able to see all the views from back here too. And it actually looks like there's some residential stuff going off in the distance from way back here. I'm not sure if you can see it through all the trees, but oh, you know what? This actually might be its own little trail. Right here, it seems like a whole walking path dedicated to this particular walk here. Or maybe it's just continuation of the rim trail. Who knows? It goes all the way around the canyon. But look at that off in the distance. Wow, beautiful view. You can see that little village going on over there while we make our slight descent into this nice little valley of the walkway trail, if you will. And I feel like this angle right around here is going to be a fantastic view. The city on that side and the valley over there. I like it. I think I'm gonna grab my extra jacket layer here while I'm by the car before I make that descent, because it's chilly. Looking at the signage on the way in here, it does look like this is the trailhead overlook. So a good few more trails for us to walk by, or to drive by, and then walk around and see as we are driving. But beautiful view. I love being able to walk down this direction, get the overlook as we make our descent, so you can get a little bit closer look inside the canyon. Really nice to see. It's just an unreal feeling to be walking down into it. I mean, to make this descent and have that view in front of you as you're moving forward and to your side here. Now, I do recommend holding on to the handrails or otherwise staying safe, because even these level looking platforms aren't as level as I was expecting them to be. So make sure you take care of yourself in terms of balance and safety. This is why no more intense hiking than just the rim trail for me today. But look at that beautiful view as we make our descent. I love it. Wow. And here we are at the base of this little walking trail down here. Wow. And look at that. It's a lot closer to the canyon, it feels like. You're at ground level, you're at eye level with some of these other levels here, actually below some of those canyon pieces above us. Wow, that is nice to be immersed in the canyon like this. I like that. The view as we make our way up is incredible too. Look at this, with the mountains above us as we escalate towards the top of them. I feel like this is maybe like a sneak preview of what it would be like to do that trail down into the canyon. That just sounds so amazing, but it's also, you know, my endurance right now. It's cold, light air, hydration, all that stuff. So next time for me, I think. Take a look at this beautiful view as well from the second peak, I guess. You've got that overlook down there, and we're overlooking onto their overlook from up here. A nice perspective as well. Move the tree out of the way, and I think that's the walking trail all the way down there. That's crazy. I'd be really interested in that at some point. Scratch that, it's called the Trail View Overlook. That sign says Trail View. Now look at this, the river. I heard that there was a river, so interesting. Maybe that's it all the way down there, I'm not sure. Maybe if I go this way, I can see it, but you've got your Bright Angel Trail right there. Really, really cool. We'll take a quick look this way before we get rolling again. Yeah, the further I walk here, the further I feel like this is just another one of those trails that'll probably take me all the way down to the other end of the Grand Canyon, or at least the end of the red path here, the red trail, I keep calling it. Maybe the red route for the buses. But yeah, I mean, this just keeps going on, and I do want to see. Wow, that's very interesting. You can hear the train from here. I do want to see that river area. Maybe this is something actually right up here, but we'll stop by there. But otherwise, we're gonna head back to the car, see if we can drive to the river area and see the rest of this red route in the car. Wow, this is a beautiful perspective right here too. Take a look right over this ledge here. Wow. It's a beautiful perspective on the Grand Canyon from above. And every angle, every step you take is a little bit of a different perspective, a different angle on the Grand Canyon to really give it that fully fleshed out feeling of abundance, an abundance of mountains, an abundance of canyons, and just an abundance of world for us all to enjoy. So again, it seems like this trail continues past this little alcove here, but I think this is another one of those viewpoints. And indeed, it appears to be. Might be a nice little photo spot for us. And share with you what this view looks like over this ledge with these nice bars keeping us safe. Right here, look at that. Wow. You can see right into the canyon this way. The shadows starting to creep up on us, covering this side of the canyon, but still a beautiful view off in the distance. You know, one thing I forgot right now is they said the red buses weren't running. So I wonder if I could have parked in the red bus area in the last spot, because it seems like people are pulling up behind me here and doing similar. So maybe something to note as we look at the next zones when we go back from Maricopa Point, for example. But another incredible view, just walking around, enjoying all the lovely sights of the Grand Canyon. This one is particularly nice in the sense that as you're walking out this pathway here, you've got the canyon view on both sides of you. So you're walking out to this ledge type area. That's going to be real nice when we get to the peak. You get to enjoy that beautiful view from the ledge, I'm sure. And take a look at this. This must be the Powell Memorial up here. Looks like Walter Powell. We've got these steps. Seems like a pyramid, if you've seen, you know, some of those, what is it, like ancient Mayan type pyramids or something. And this also looks like, in addition to being a monument, comes with that beautiful view. It seems like one of the initial travelers here in the Grand Canyon. Absolutely beautiful to hear that story and to be able to look out and enjoy this view from this platform as well. You can see they gave him a great spot here, Powell Point, with that memorial to look down upon this beautiful destination here in Arizona. Wow. Here's a walk around that far ledge. You can see down beneath us the views of the Grand Canyon past the Powell Memorial to the tip of the Powell Point outlook here. Honestly, I think this might be one of my favorite spots so far too, the Powell Point. Just have an incredible panoramic view here. Makes for some great panoramic photos, but also just unbelievable to stand up here, look around, see the sights beneath you. We are clearly on an outlook just like this, just like that one up there. You know, you could tell as we were walking in, with the canyon being on both sides, that we were going to have that kind of dynamic, and definitely lived up to that hype here. Powell Point, definitely one of the ones that I found to be just an unbelievable landscape. From that perspective, definitely worth checking this one out if you're making your way to the Grand Canyon. Look at that incredible canyon view tucked behind those trees, but hopefully you can still see it on our right as we're continuing forward. Powell Point, wow, surprisingly amazing here. Definitely a winner. I would make it happen. In the summertime, you'd be taking the bus, but that's all cool too. You know, when it's nice and toasty, I feel like it wouldn't be a big deal to take the bus either. So whatever works out, I feel like it's a worthwhile stop. Ladies and gentlemen, another incredible view here. Hopi Point. You can see a ledge beneath us you can walk down to and go stand on that. But incredible views from this one. Wow, look at that. You get a massive view all around you. Take a look down here on the lookout on Hopi Point. I love when they have these lower levels for you to walk down onto. You feel more like you're a part of the canyon. You feel more level with the top of the canyon. Again, it's like actually being in it, a little bit closer to being in it. Again, you can do that trail and actually go deep down into it, which is crazy, but I love this perspective. I'd love to be able to walk down here and take a look around. It's beautiful. And it continues onward as you round the corner here. Wow, it just keeps going, this Hopi Point. Yeah, another incredible view here at the Grand Canyon. I'm not sure if that's it right there, that little trail looking thing, thick trail looking thing. Might be the river down there in the Grand Canyon. I'm not sure. I think people were saying you could see it from here. Really, really cool to be able to look out at this beautiful viewpoint. Again, another fantastic one. Red Trail definitely has some sights to be seen, and this continues to loop onwards here around this corner. I think there is supposed to be more to this section, including restrooms, but haven't stumbled across those. But look at this, again, vantage point that just takes you around. I guess it's a continuation of the rim trail, just goes on forever. I love that. Now, we've seen so much and time is ticking by, so I'm thinking maybe I'll drive into the other ones and see if they're worth getting out. A few more here on our list, but the sun is setting fast. I want to be getting out of here before the sun sets too much, because I got a long drive ahead too to head back home. So we'll see how things shake out, but yeah, it's been an eventful day, a long one too, a fun one though. And from the car level view, I don't know how that looks to you. Hopefully it looks decent, but it looks beautiful from here while we're making our way driving. So it seems like this lookout right here on our right might be, I don't know, is it Hopi Point? but like the more formal bus pickup area. It is. It's Hopi Point, but the bus destination for it. You can see beautiful views outside that window. But we did stop and see Hopi Point on the other side, so I think we'll keep this party rolling. Beautiful lookout right there on our right as well. I think that's why that little cove was built in right there, for people to catch even more beautiful pictures. It's such an amazing place, and I feel like, you know, all the views are fantastic ones. But we can only do so much in one day. We got to stay warm, make sure we're taking care of ourselves too. This one looks, they all look amazing. Like, you just drive up to any one of them, even from in the car here, you're like, wow, this is an unbelievable view. They're just all like that. And I don't know, you know, do I get out yet again, enjoy the view on this one? I mean, maybe. I'm tempted. I'm thinking about it. A quick stop off here at Mojave Point because it looked incredible from the car. I just want to take a quick look at this beautiful view, and then we're going to walk down to where the actual trail part of it is. But you got your own little spot right here. At least I have my own little spot right at this moment. Look at this view for me. Wow. And I've changed hats here to the real hat, although maybe that was a bad call with the wind right now. I thought it would be a good call with the sun to keep my face nice and shaded. So beautiful view. We'll see what that main part looks like in a moment here too. If I haven't called them out already, there are these markers. Next stop is 1.1 miles Abyss, which is probably the one we're going to be driving to next. But we get to walk down and take a look at this view as well. I think that's probably the main festivity, but it might loop around this way. So let's try this way, since there's nobody over here, and enjoy what this site looks like to ourselves. It's really incredible to walk around and just to take it all in. Again, I feel like it's so hard to kind of comprehend and like fully appreciate the vastness. You know, I'm sure I haven't seen but a portion of it. I think this is just like the south rim, right? I think there's a north rim, which is a whole separate section of the Grand Canyon, and there might be more which are visible to people with admission and stuff like that. But wow, I mean, it's incredible, and hopefully it comes out as amazing here in the videos as it looks to me in person, or at least hopefully somewhat decently as amazing. But it's just, it's mind-blowing really, and you know, it's hard to wrap one's head around, which is why I feel like it takes me that time to process and to appreciate and to look at. But wow, I gotta say, it's really nice, and I'm sure it'll soak in more and more as time passes. Looks like we've got our end point right here to take in this whole view. Wow, 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 wow. Again, every perspective so amazing, so vast, and the canyons never cease. That looks like the river, like pretty clearly at this point. I feel like that is the river. Looks like water for sure. Wow, that is incredible. Beautiful to see it all out here. It's worth noting that it was extremely windy out there at that point, and again, it gets a lot less windy when you step in. And again, I feel like I'm having a similar dynamic, maybe not quite the same here on this particular point. And so there's something to be said for the fact that maybe the trees cover you and cover the wind from your back, but yeah, really, really cool place to see. I'm like, do I go down there and see that point too? I mean, I feel like I should, right? It's safe, it's enclosed, pretty clear step stones here for us to walk along. So here we go. Yeah, the number one reason I'm so glad I stopped at this particular stop, this particular point, I think it was I'll have to go back and look at the car, was the river. You'll see. I mean, this is beautiful too, like to see, what is it, the sedimentation, how those rocks are formed. And look at that massive, like massive canyon over there. It just looks like one giant piece. It's got a couple pieces to it, a couple layers, but the river right there. Again, not sure how well you can see that little water body right there. This is the best view I've had of it yet. It's hard to believe, it's hard to see, but you can see the water clearly flowing like a rapids right down there. It's just amazing, amazing that exists amongst all these canyons here, and it's probably shaped some of these canyons, right? I mean, oh, what a amazing experience. Another beautiful sight. Look at those iced over cliffs right there, the trees growing on them. We're getting to see those real close here, like firsthand, all the icing going on that particular set of stones. It's a whole different perspective. It's like a whole different canyon, but it's just the Grand Canyon. It's a grand one. So this was Mojave Point. Mojave Point gave us that beautiful view of the river in the canyon. Now we know. Off to the next one. Another quick stop off here before we even get to the Abyss. You can see the river here. Beautiful view out into the Grand Canyon. You've got this little ledge to view from below, or this higher ledge that I'm standing on right now. The river flowing right towards us down that way, and these canyons on either side. The lighting's getting tricky with the sun setting over there. It's a little dark on that side, but it's a beautiful view. Here's that lower ledge view. Again, sun coming in strong there in the corner. Maybe if I cover it for you. No, it doesn't really seem to do much. It does for me. You got the river flowing right down the middle. Beautiful, beautiful spot. But it's a quick one. We're making our way off to the next. This is the Abyss. Quick little stop off here. You'll note, interestingly enough, this one curves inward. It's an inward curving stop as opposed to the points, which seem to be on the edge or on the peak of different canyon components. I don't know what do you call it. The different mountains, different pillars, different peaks. Let's go with that. You can see what the inward angle looks like here. It's a nice view, beautiful place. Take a look around. Again, it's a little bit hard in the sunset for you to get a good view of what this left side over here looks like. You can see that right side still pretty clearly here, but it's an interesting dynamic, really is, with the shadow divide right in the middle. I think that's the river flow right through the middle. I like it. And at this point, I feel like I'm really rolling quickly. You could totally spend a lot more time at each of these stops. I could totally come back and dedicate a whole nother day to this, if not more. I'd love to do it sometime in the summertime, but yeah, there's so much to see, and definitely something you can really take the time and appreciate as well. Look at that, oh my gosh, beautiful view on the right as we're driving by it. I feel like you get some of the best sights in the car through the trees. You could maybe walk or like make your own trail through some of the tree edges there. I can see people have maybe walked on a dirt path alongside there, and you can see there's cars parked here because this is a beautiful spot too. But yeah, I mean, unbelievable views everywhere you go. Grand Canyon, I mean, it's hard to choose, right? Hard to choose where to go, where to stop, and how to make the most of your day. But I'm glad we're driving this trail and getting the chance to see it. Another stopping point on our right. Look at the beautiful canyon in there. You can see cars parked, but I don't think that's one of the destinations. I think the vista is still to come. So it's nice they've built these little parking spots, little alcoves for people to stop and get some pictures and just pause and appreciate the canyon. Now this seems to be the next destination, but do we stop for it? It looks a lot like some of the stuff we've seen, but I'm not sure. This is a Monument Creek Vista. It looks like a little ledge out there to walk out onto. Nice little vista here, little alleyway for us to appreciate. And at this point, I'm just holding the GoPro by hand. So yeah, I just figured, well, to go through the screwing it onto the other thing, I don't know, but just a quick look and we're on our way again. Here it is. Take a look out there at the vista. I feel like, again, it's harder with the sun setting. You can't see too well the shaded parts of the canyon here, but still a beautiful view to appreciate. So I think no more hand holding of the GoPro. Feels a little bit too risky. Only 2 more stops to go, and let's go check them out. Another pass-through alcove here on our right. Look at that beautiful view just from within the car. Oh, and it says the arrow to Pima Point is just ahead. So let's follow that arrow and make our way to Pima Point. This one might be really impressive. I feel like, you know, as far out as we're going here, it says keep right, and feels like we're turning out into the mountains itself. I feel like this one might be super cool. We'll find out here in a moment. I'm not sure also, do I just park wherever? Like, how does this work, you know? I feel like that's what's going on though. You know, this white line on the road makes me feel like just, oh, park on this side of the white line. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. Oh no, there's a few more cars up ahead. So we'll stop up there. Take a look at Pima Point, a beautiful one to stop at. I'm glad we did. Again, the shade may be throwing you off a little bit, but it's a beautiful view to see with the eye. You can see all the way around. It just keeps rolling. The rolling valleys here and cliffs, water flow right down that way. It seems like a walking trail down there on the ground. Love this spot. Another beautiful one to check out. And more of a water flow right there, if you can see, connects into probably that river right there. It goes all the way through. Beautiful view. Pima Point, another beautiful one to check out. And in case you're wondering why I'm trying to get through this all so quickly, before sunset, I'm trying to make sure that I can get Wi-Fi to get directions. I'm gonna have to refill my water bottles and all that and start making my way. So, good number of things to get done, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. And Pima Point continues to roll around the direction here, continues that trail. But you can see the viewpoint here, the opposite perspective on that river. It's such a nice one. Wow, the whole place is amazing, let's be honest. And I want to get those things done before sunset because it's just so cold out here. So it gets so much colder when the sun is gone. So let's get to it. And here we are at the last leg of the Red Trail, Hermit's Rest. Take a look down there. I believe there is a trail this way for people to hike down into as well, to walk down into the canyon. But this is the viewpoint from up here, and we're gonna walk around and see what the sights look like. You've got some beautiful signage here for Hermit's Rest. I'm just looking at the canyon, but there's Hermit's Rest built out of stone right here. Structure up there, very interesting. I want to see what these directions tell us as well, because I don't want to get lost anywhere. That's the trail further down this way, it would seem. So this is the loop that I'm walking around here. That way, again, seems to be the trail. But maybe we could take a quick peek, see what it looks like. There's that Hermit's Rest stone structure that I was talking about. Really cool look to it. I like how they built it. It seems like the trail rolls down this way, right into the head of the sun there. So quite bright if you're making your way down this way. But nice to see you've got trails all along the mountain to enjoy. And a beautiful place to check out is one of our many stops here. And as one of the final points, you can see, again, people walking further down that way. One of the final points here on our journey today. Again, want to make sure I get those directions. Want to make sure I get my water bottles filled up and all that before the sun sets. Otherwise, I won't know where I'm going in that little shopping center in the Grand Canyon here. And I have no cell service to figure it out. So, oh, that's very interesting. Looks like there's another shop ahead too. Or maybe that's a trail starting center. And you've got this view, beautiful view of the canyon from here as well. Man, one of these days, I really want to get back here and hike the trails myself, but I'm so glad I had a chance to see so much of it with you here today. Definitely worth checking out, maybe multiple days at the Grand Canyon. Absolutely beautiful all around, and I'm so glad I had the chance to experience it. Even in the wintertime, a little chilly, but definitely worth making the time to do. It's hard to fully comprehend and appreciate the beauty here, and I'm still processing it, but I'm loving it. Thanks so much for helping make today an amazing day. What an incredible day at the Grand Canyon. It was a fantastic experience, and I love sharing it with you. Don't forget to focus on the positive vibes, look for the silver lining in everything you do, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay informed of future adventures coming your way. Until next time, play on.